why did I get a divorce? Let's get into it. So first, let me preface with everything is that I do not hate my ex-husband. We normally get along pretty well, doing co-parenting and all the things. That being said, we just were two separate people. Like, I think he was tired of me retelling him things. I was tired of retelling him things. He was tired of retelling me things. It just didn't work anymore. And we literally had just been, kind of like glorified roommates at this point.
I liked my roommates. I would be happy being married to a glorified roommate. A glorified roommate. A roommate that you can sleep with and have kids with. Sounds awesome to me.
Did stuff for the kids and all the things. But then something happened like around December, January, where the election really kind of messed me up. My ex didn't vote, and that really sent me over the fucking edge. Mind you, that was not the core reason of why I decided to get a divorce.
Let's guess down in the comments below who she voted for. Just kidding. We all know who she voted for, which is kind of sad. Why is it that somebody is sent over the edge because their spouse didn't vote? Not that he voted for somebody she didn't like, but the fact that he didn't vote, and likely it's probably wasn't even a swing state, and that sent her over the edge. Sounds like a pretty miserable person to be married to, actually.
That was just a piece of something very small in the big puzzle of things. A couple of people that I knew that were pretty young had gotten some really bad diagnosis that, probably, are not incurable. And it started to make me think, like, do I really want to live the rest of my life being unhappy?
No, you can live until your kids are 18 unhappy. Once your kids are moved out, then you can decide if you want to be alone. But breaking up a home and potentially ruining those kids' lives so that your life is better for the next 6 or 8 years is a little silly. And then you could have worried about leaving your husband. But now you've let a politician win. You've let a politician affect your marriage. Do you know how stupid you are?
I really want to live in such a sedentary life, or do I want to go out there and, even if I have to be alone for the rest of my life, that's the chance that I'm willing to take. And just today, like, I have felt like I have never really felt such self-worth as I do in this moment. Like, I'm not with anybody. I'm not in a relationship. It's just me and my kids. My mom lives with me.
That's a pretty big cope, and that's rationalizing your current situation. Do you know what would be better? Is if you'd found a way to make your marriage work, if you had found a way to be happy in your marriage, and you were still together, your kids didn't live in a broken home, I can guarantee you would be happier now than you are sitting in your car making a TikTok video. But I don't judge. I'm making a YouTube video, so what the hell am I talking about? I am married, though, and my kids don't live in a broken home.
Am I saying that I'm better than you? I guess I'm going a little further than you are. Yeah, I'm better than you, okay? Much better than you. You are garbage.
And I've just never felt so, like, at peace, I guess, if you will. So...
Really? You weren't more at peace when you first gave birth to your child? You weren't more at peace the first month of your marriage? You weren't more at peace when you were in 9th grade, hanging out with your buddies and had no responsibilities? It's always so dumb when people say stuff like this.
I'm happy that I made the decision that I made. Again, it's not about being with somebody. It's about being with yourself and just loving being you. And I am so glad. I'm so glad and so thankful that I did that. And I'm sure my ex could say the same thing. I'm sure he could say the same thing.
No, your ex would have preferred to marry somebody who would have stuck it through. There's a reason you have marriage vows, the to death do us part. The reason those exist is because it's going to be a struggle to be married. If you just loved that person and you wanted to be with them every single day that you woke up and you never had any problems with them, you wouldn't need to make a vow. It would be completely unnecessary. I mean, what do you think the Pledge of Allegiance is? I don't have to wake up in the morning and pledge allegiance to my kids. I never had to make a vow to my kids that I was going to be their parent. I don't have to do those things because it's inherent. Marriage is a struggle and it's hard, and that is why you have to make a vow to it.
But yeah, that's why I got a divorce. If you're not happy, Go find happiness. In fact, make yourself happy first before you try to make anybody else happy. Love yourself. And that is the biggest piece that I've taken from this whole process, which is huge. So that's it.
It's okay to love yourself, but once you're a parent, you're supposed to love others more than yourself. There isn't anything that I would do that would put my happiness before theirs. In fact, that's why I recommend people have children, even when they say they don't want children, blah, blah, blah. I know that once they have a child, that's going to completely change their whole perspective on life. It will completely rewire your brain, and you will tell yourself, I cannot believe I would have thought differently. And really, happiness, it shouldn't even be a priority. Being valuable, being useful, and having purpose is so much more fulfilling than being happy. But at least one day when your kids are older and they've got phones and they're swiping across their TikToks, maybe your video will come up and they'll at least understand why you left their dad and how who he voted for was the final straw for you.